So after a roughly 2-year wait, Amazon have launched a brand new credit card offering rewards on your spending at Amazon and elsewhere. I'm going to take you through exactly how it works and whether you should get it compared to other options on the market. So first of all, what is this card? What's it called? Well, this is called the Amazon Barclaycard Rewards credit card. So this time, as the name suggests, it's issued by Barclaycard. The previous one was a company called New Day, so it's a completely new provider this time around. Now that is important because it does mean you can't currently get this card if you have another Barclaycard or if you've had one in the last 6 months. It's possible that is going to change next year, but certainly for now, that is a really important thing. And later on, I'll talk about how the other Barclaycard options do measure up as well. So once you've got this card, you can apply for it on the Amazon website. You do an eligibility search first of all, which is really important to do with every credit card you apply for. Anyway, get an idea of your chance of acceptance. You apply for it, and straight away you're going to be able to start using it via the Barclays or Barclaycard app because you'll have that digital card there and all the details ready to use. And then you've got a physical one in the post. Now, this is an important point here. Although you can use it with Google Pay right now, you can't add it to Apple Pay. So that could be an issue for those of you who do want to use it as your main card out and about and don't want to carry a wallet with you. I did wonder whether there was a workaround for this using the Curve card. So you'd add your Barclaycard, Amazon Barclaycard to Curve and then add the Curve card to your Apple Pay wallet. You absolutely can do that, but there are a couple of problems associated with that. One of them is you lose that Section 75 protection you do get with a credit card for purchases over £100. That can be quite handy. But secondly, Barclaycard told me you won't earn any of the rewards at all because it just treats Curve as a non-eligible retailer, so you won't earn anything. So sadly, if you want to use your Apple Pay, that isn't going to be an option for you. Of course, for a lot of your spending you're going to do here, it's mainly going to be on the Amazon website where you're going to get the best rates. So I'll come to that in a second. But you can also use it in places like Amazon Fresh, where in the high street stores, and you might want to use them like that. Obviously, that wouldn't be the case there. Although a lot of those times they don't, you can't use your card at all, and they're completely cardless, and they just scan a barcode and stuff. But anyway, that's something to be aware of once you've got the card. But what is it? What exactly does it offer? Well, the reward card is in its name. You earn points every time you spend. And those points, when you have 500 of those points, you can swap them into a £5 voucher to use at Amazon. It would automatically be credited actually to your Amazon account. So if you were thinking about giving it to someone else, then tough luck, you can't. It'll be automatically added on for you to spend. Now, you don't have to do it with that 500. When you choose to sort of transfer it over, you can wait. You say, well, I'm going to wait until I've got enough for a tenner or 20 quid, whatever you might want to do. But you must only convert in multiples of £5. So let's say you've got enough for £7. Well, you can do 5 now, but another 2 will be waiting for you to actually get round to using them. The rate you're going to earn is also going to vary. Now, if you had the previous card, there are improved rates, and I'll come to those in a second. But let's talk about the generic ones that you're going to get if you are the first time getting an Amazon credit card. And there is an intro offer. So for the first year, you will get 1% at Amazon, 0.5% elsewhere, and 2% on Amazon big sale days. So Black Friday, Prime Day, things like that. So they'll say when you're going to get this double cashback rate on those purchases in advance. But broadly speaking, we know there's going to be 2 or 3 of those throughout the year. That's the first year. So 1% Amazon, 0.5% elsewhere. After 1 year, that 1% at Amazon remains, but elsewhere it drops to 0.25%. So that's if you're a brand new customer. That, as we'll get to in a minute, in the first year, it's not bad compared to some other credit cards, but it's not the best bet. But I'll return to that in a second. Now, if you were a customer like myself who had the old Amazon credit card, then you'll hopefully shown a loyalty offer. Now, I've only seen one version of this, the one that I've seen, and others have got. There's potential another one out there because there do used to be 2 different types of Amazon credit card, but I'm assuming it's the same for everyone. You'll see when you log into your account. This loyalty offer gives you for the first 6 months double again. So you get 2% at Amazon and 1% elsewhere. So that's actually pretty decent. And 4% on Prime Day and Black Friday type sales. After 6 months, that reverts down to what everybody gets. So that 1% at Amazon, 0.5% elsewhere. And then after a year, you'll be the same as everyone. All customers after a year will get exactly the same rate. 1% at Amazon, 0.25% elsewhere, and that 2% on Prime Day, Black Friday type sales. So how does that compare to other cards on the market right now? Well, if you follow what I do here on the channel, on the podcast, on becleveryourcash.com, you'll know that I very recently did a roundup of the best reward and cashback credit cards. And the top picks there for a cashback card, which means you can spend the money wherever you want. It's not tied just to spending it in Amazon as vouchers. There's no waiting for it to be kind of accumulated into those £5 bundles. The Chase debit card is probably the best one for most generic spending. There's no credit limit. There's no hard credit check because it is a debit card, nice and simple to get. And you get 1% on most of your spending, wherever it is. So for most people ongoing, you can use that at Amazon and you get 1% back at Amazon. Okay. The only people who are going to be beating this with this card are the people who've got the loyalty offer, who will get 2% at Amazon for the first 6 months. But after that, they get the same rate everywhere else. And obviously, if you shop at somewhere that isn't Amazon, you'll also get 1%. Whereas the best you're going to be getting here, that loyalty offer, potentially some people for 6 months will get 1% elsewhere. But after that, it drops to 0.5%. And after that, down to 0.25%. So broadly speaking, if you're making a choice between the two cards, that Chase card is absolutely the better option. You do have to meet some criteria every previous month. So you have to pay in money every month to trigger cashback in the following month. And that cashback is capped with the Chase card at £15 every month, so £1,500 spend. But in most cases, that's going to be absolutely fine. It's only going to be some months where you might have a particularly high expenditure that it might go over the top. There are also other credit cards which offer similar rates as well, wherever you shop. The American Express Nectar credit card will give you 1%, the equivalent of 1% back in Nectar points. Now, as long as you're happy to spend them at Sainsbury's or Argos, and we can all do a grocery shop from time to time there, then that 1%, again, matches the Chase rate. And again, will beat after 6 months, straight away for most people, it's going to beat that shopping elsewhere, and it will match what you've got on Amazon for everyone apart from those with that initial loyalty offer. That card, Amex Nectar card, does have a fee in year 2. It's free in year 1. But again, this is something that I wouldn't be too worried about there, at least for that first year. And there are other offers that come with Amex that probably would cancel it out. So from that point of view, as a card to spend on, it's not really going to give you too much of a benefit over having those two in your wallet. There is, however, a welcome offer. Now, doesn't matter if you've got a different card and you want to use a different card, you might be thinking, well, I'll get this welcome offer anyway. And this offer varies as well, depending on whether you are someone who had the card before or completely brand new to the Amazon credit card. If you are completely brand new, it is a £20 Amazon voucher and you don't have to do anything. If you're successfully apply for the card and you get it, you will get a £20 added to your Amazon account, which is all right, not massively exciting. Compare that to the offer you'd get with the Amex Nectar, where you would get 20,000 Nectar points, so worth £100 if you spend £3,000 in 3 months or £2,000 in 3 months. Then that's obviously way less, but you have to do more. So I personally wouldn't be getting this card just for this welcome offer. If you've had the card in the past, like myself, you've got that loyalty offer, that is boosted to £50. So essentially, this could be an easy £50 to get, even if you don't then spend it on other things with Amazon or elsewhere, an easy £50 added to your account. Now, what I would say, particularly for those people who haven't had the card before, it might be worth waiting and see what comes along on Black Friday. We've already seen there that they want to try and encourage you to use this card during Black Friday and Prime Day sales by giving you that double cashback. For most people, 2%, but occasionally 4% for some. Encourage you to do that. And when the previous credit cards were available, those welcome offers were always boosted around those big sales. So I would maybe hold off. Black Friday will be in November. There might be another Prime event in September 2024. We know that Prime Day is in July 2025 is the next one. But again, I don't think any rush to get this. Wait and see if those incentives are increased to give you more money to spend on them as you go. Very important. One last thing I didn't actually mention on this. A couple of other things important to say about the credit card, actually. First of all, it is free. There is no fee for this at all. So it won't cost you anything to have it. And also it does offer 0% interest on purchases for the first 6 months. So the first things you buy, as long as you put the minimum on the credit card every single month, you won't get charged any interest. But obviously beyond that, then I personally wouldn't be making sure you clear your balance. And with every single credit card, make sure you clear your balance in full every single month to avoid interest getting charged. So yes, that 0% might be useful for a few bits and pieces. 6 months, though, from now takes you into the new year. So maybe some Christmas stuff, expensive stuff there could help, but you've still got to pay it off. You've got to have that money available. Otherwise, you're going to get charged a hefty amount of interest. So that's the card. I do want to quickly talk about, I mentioned like the alternatives, which I think are better, but I also want to mention about the alternative Barclaycards, because again, as I said, you can only have one Barclaycard at any time right now, unless you cancelled it more than 6 months ago. Again, that could change. But if you did choose the Amazon Barclaycard over the other ones, then there are some things you might be missing out on. So one of the top picks that I give for spending overseas is that Barclaycard Rewards credit card. Now this one gives a much, much lower rate, 0.25% wherever you spend. Effectively, it'd be the same as this card, but without the boost for Amazon. But the difference between the two cards is the Barclaycard Reward is fee-free to use overseas, which makes it really, really handy when you're on holiday. It might not be the first card you use. Maybe the Chase debit card is a better one for everyday spending. But if there are times you need to use a credit card, like for car hire, like for when a hotel needs to sort of ring fence some money for incidentals, whatever it might be, then that is going to be the best one for you to use because it's fee-free and you will earn a little bit of money on top of it as well. Or there is alternatively, you could look at the Barclaycard Avios credit cards. Now, there are two of these. One of them is free. One of them comes with a big annual fee. The one with a big annual fee, if you want to collect a 2-for-1 voucher, effectively an upgrade voucher or a companion voucher, you might want to look at that. I'm not always the biggest fan of that one. There's a similar Avios one that runs with American Express. I'm not the biggest fan of, but there are some big welcome offers that come with that, as well as that companion voucher. So they might work out better for you if you do travel a lot. With kind of using Avios as your points there for whichever airline you book with. Or there's the free one, which again has a bit of a welcome offer, slightly better than the Barclaycard one at the time I'm recording this. But also you'll earn one Avios point for every pound you spend, wherever you spend. And if you swap an Avios point into Nectar points, that's the equivalent of 0.5%. So actually, yes, although it's less than you'd get at Amazon, ultimately, longer term, it's more than you would be getting at other retailers. So fundamentally, this is for the people who shop a lot at Amazon and are planning to shop a lot there and they want that welcome bonus, that 20 or 50 quid. They want to get that increased rate on Black Friday and Prime Day, and they're not interested in the alternative Barclaycards. It may be worth just checking your eligibility, see if you can get it. For everyone else, just looking for a general reward card that's good all round, then this one sadly does fall short. Get more information about this card over on becleverwithyourcash.com. Thanks so much for watching. Check out these videos here for more ways to make the most of your money.